the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG, must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby.
Dude, to turn down $400 million, you just don't like the city. like I'm not staying here for fucking 10 years.
So there's this baseball player, Brian. His name's Soto. He balled.
Juan Soto, yeah.
Juan Soto, ball.
Yeah.
He plays for Washington. He's probably the best player in the league right now.
He's like a phenom. Yeah.
Yes.
So Washington goes, well, we don't want you going anywhere. We're going to give you the max deal. So whatever. 10 years.
It was like 10 years, 400 million something.
Almost 500.
And he goes,
so much money.
He goes
400 million.
400 million to keep him there for the rest of his career.
There's no thanks.
He
Excuse me.
said no.
He said no. And the Padres got him yesterday. He went to San Diego.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But that's so dangerous.
He's a Padre.
How much did he sign for with the Padres?
I mean, around this max. Yeah,
Yeah, he was just like, no, I'm good.
Because he knew, though, and he did know he was getting.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, he knew that he was going to get
He's like,
them.
I'll take my skills to fucking San Diego.
Yeah.
Fuck Washington. Our boy, Big George, Keto George, it's Mark Harley's birthday.
Happy birthday to
It's
you.
your birthday. There's a 2 on there.
Happy birthday to you.
That's a nice looking cake.
Wow, that is a really nice looking cake. And I was going to say, the 2 is on there because I'm doing 2 podcasts today.
Oh, there you go.
And, and I'm just on the phone. Just, hey, can't talk right now. Super busy day. Full of podcasting. I never stop.
Can't stop, won't
That
stop.
looks like that cake looks like it's made of mud. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Mark,
probably is.
you don't look a day over 19. You look 19.
You look like the biggest 2-year-old in the history of.
I thought he was going to say 60. I'm like,
38?
Yeah, 39. I just turned
39.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. I don't expect much from anyone. Brendan and you guys have made it a very fun, very memorable birthday.
Of course, brother. Happy birthday.
Couldn't be happier to be here. So
go and eat stuff.
Do I put this under my
Why don't
seat
you
or
go ahead and
what?
blow that candle out?
Make wish blow out.
Blow that candle out. It's bothering me. Blow that
Yeah,
candle out.
please do, so we don't set the studio on fire.
There it is.
But also, the Thicccboy team also got Mark, because Mark does like to splurge when he's not on his diet. They got him, 10 pounds of McDonald's breakfast.
It was awesome.
A huge
Really?
bag.
I didn't eat all of it yet, but just knowing that it's there and having one of the sandwiches so far has been amazing.
All right.
Well, happy birthday. Now, your birthday wasn't as good as Juan Soto's because
Well,
he
what
signed
makes him so
MLB's
good?
first $500 million deal.
He's just one of the. He's got all the tools.
He does
He's got
everything.
everything.
He's got all the tools.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys that's just.
I didn't know they signed. It's just 5 hours ago. God, you're up on it. Appreciate that.
I thought it was yesterday. This was one day ago.
That's
One day
half
ago.
$1 billion. That's $500 million.
Padres sign all-star.
Dollars. It's $500 million. And I
wish
didn't
the
know,
Dodgers
this is
got
going
it.
to sound stupid, but I didn't know that there was a big enough audience. I thought the attendance on baseball was
They
falling.
don't care about attendance. Baseball's not about attendance.
TV?
TV.
I think baseball in this weird way this year is coming back slightly.
I agree.
And I took my son to Yankee Stadium the other night. I did that shit on the whim. Like my wife and daughter were going out and she
How
goes,
old's
"Where are
your
you
kiddo?
taking Luke?" Lucas is 13,
Gotcha.
and Sophia's 10. So she goes, "Me and Sophia are going to a friend's house, going to go swimming." She goes, "Why don't you take Lucas to dinner?" So I go in his room and I just 5:00. Okay, I go, "You want to play video games, buddy? What do you want to do?" And he just goes, "I don't know. Yeah, maybe." And I go, "Fuck that." I go, "You want to go to the stadium?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Stace, I'm going to take him to Yankee Stadium." She goes, "Because I do shit like that." She goes, "Really, Paul? Tuesday night, this kid's got." I go, "Fuck it." And I go, "We're getting good seats." So we get low seats, go down. They play Cincinnati Reds. Great time. 80 degrees, no humidity. I'm got a beer with my son, just
best.
watching.
And
We
for
win in the
him,
bottom
how
of the
exciting is
10th.
that?
Nothing better.
We win in the bottom
Really?
of the 10th walk off. It was a wild
Aaron
pitch
Judge
walk
walk
off. No,
off?
it was a wild pitch.
Oh,
we
wow.
had a runner on third, wild pitch. Come home, place goes nuts. Go home. Hour 20 with the
The
traffic.
memories for your son, though. I remember when my dad, when it was like a school night, and we'd do something cool. I mean, we didn't go to Yankee Stadium back then, but you didn't have money. But it was like
Yeah.
Even just go to the mall and you get like all the pizza because they were throwing it out, and you pay like $10, you get like 10 pizzas.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Those memories I don't forget.
Isn't it funny? Like my kids, like they don't get it, man.
No
they got
clue.
their feet up on that in Lexuses. You got to see. I saw a picture of you and your kid in a Ferrari. It's like I grew up in a fucking. My parents had those old wagons, and it was just a jalopy. It was like orange. It was always fucked up, and we'd go out to eat maybe once a month, and it would be like a shitty fest.
deal.
Yeah. Now my son wanted to go fishing in Panama. He fucking he goes
Fishing
yeah
in
because he
Panama.
watches it. He wanted to go fishing in Panama. He's like, Dad, can we go to France for a weekend? I'm like, you guys don't understand.
They have no
But
clue.
no, they don't. And listen, me and my wife made the choice to give. We want that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like you got to kind of understand what's happening here.
Well, I think if you give your kids experiences, no matter what, like experiences. So if they go to France, they go to Panama, that's a fucking experience that's worth paying for. But yeah, you let them know,
But
by
still,
the way. Yeah,
you're
let
still
them know.
flying first class and shit. You're like,
Let 'em know.
I didn't fly first class. I was 30, you little bastard.
I know.
Also, like same thing. My buddy, our boy Kevin Bay called me. I told you the story, Brian. My buddy Kevin Bay, who he works with all the All-Star pitchers and stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, hey man, the All-Star Game's in L.A. And this
Yeah.
is day of the All-Star Game. I go, it is. He goes, yeah. I have 2 tickets in the suite. You want to go? I'm like. And this was at like 3:00 on Monday, and he's supposed to have jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck, it was the home run derby. I'm like, he's gonna be more excited about
Yeah,
that.
dude.
We get there, we're in the Dodgers suite, bro. The owner of the Dodgers. Next to me is Kevin Durant. To the left is Magic Johnson.
my God.
We're there, and he's chicken tenders and free food and all this shit. And I can see it was home run derby. I was a little bored myself. And after 4 batters, and I see him just staring at the ground. And now, before this, let me paint the picture. Before this, he wanted merch. That's why he likes the jerseys and all that.
Yeah.
We go get the merch. At the stadium, they only sell the authentic one. So I get myself a Dodgers All-Star. I get the kids one.
Yeah.
They're like $800. I go, no. It's the kid jersey. She goes, honey, you have the. This all we have is the authentic ones, even the kids.
Oh, my.
I'm like, this is it. She goes, yeah, and I don't want to, embarrass my son. I'm like, I'll take them. And I'm like, motherfucker.
yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, well, I didn't pay for the ticket, so this will even out, right?
Yeah.
So we sit down. I can tell he's bored, and he's staring at the ground. And I go, hey, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? dude?"
Yeah.
He goes, how much longer?
Oh my.
So next Mac John's
a
coming around.
fail.
He goes, how much longer? I go,
fail.
and dude, it triggered me. I go, what'd you say?
Yeah.
He goes, how much longer? I go, what are you bored? He goes, I mean, when did the Dodgers come out? I go, I've been over this. And now I'm just in a bad mood. I go, we just went over this, dude. It's a home run derby. They're hitting home runs. That's all you go to baseball games for. There could be nothing better. And I go, dude, look around you. These are the best seats in the house.
Yeah.
And he looks over the railing with the front row of the suite.
Oh, my God.
He looks over and goes, those are the best ones, aren't they?
Oh, my-
Like behind
He's
the
kinda
catcher? And I go,
Kinda right.
he's not, though. That's the
Kinda
problem.
right.
That's the problem. He's not, though. I go, no, dude. They're in the sun. They don't have their own bathroom.
And they got to look. We're like we got the vantage
we can
point.
see everything.
Yeah,
and I go,
yeah.
also, I go, look around you, dude. I go, you know who this is to me? I'm trying to be quiet. You know who that is? I go like this. You know who that is? He goes, who? I go, it's Magic Johnson.
greatest.
One of the greatest basketball players of all time. He owns the Dodgers. He could sit anywhere he wants. He's here next to us. I go, you know who that is? I go like this. And I see Kevin Durant looking at me. I go, you know who that is? That's your dad's favorite basketball player? That is the best basketball player on fucking earth. He has more money than anybody you know.
Do you talk to him or no, Durant?
Yeah. And I go, he can sit anywhere he wants. He's in our suite, dude.
Yeah.
It's dead quiet after that, right? He goes, that's not LeBron James.
Oh my God, dude.
Everybody heard it. I pretended, you know what I do in that situation? I pretend it never happened. I just stared at the sky and went,
Oh shit. Yeah. Like.
Did you talk to Kevin Grant?
Yeah.
Durant?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you apologize? Hey man, he likes you. He's joking.
Oh, dude, he's fucking. I was like,
Dude, he doesn't even like LeBron.
I was like,
That's
dude,
why
fucking kids.
I told him to say.
I told him to say,
LeBron.
I was
Say it-
fucking with you.
Say it
dude.
loud enough.
I'm going to
Yeah.
beat him.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to take a warm
I'm
hand
going
to
to
his
strike.
face.
I'm going
Yeah.
to strike him.
Dude, we
And he had LeBron shoes on.
I do. That's hilarious. I do a fireworks show and on 4th of July, and I go really fucking big, okay?
Yeah.
And it means a lot to me to have people come up. I mean, I'm talking big.
Is it legal? Up
No,
there?
no, no.
Okay.
So it's
wasn't.
no. I mean, I had an
Yeah.
Italian friend drive up. Dude, I had shit that comes off the Macy's barge in my next to my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
My neighbor's roof looked like a fucking jet blue fuselage blew up over his house. I swear to God, he was real pissed. He threatened me with a gun. Actually, he's like, my wife's been out here cleaning, dude, like debris everywhere. So I go real big, like, and everybody's like, oh, I'm clapping and stuff. But but I go so big that the show is not like so long. So
Yeah.
it's like a nice show.
Yeah.
We start with the smaller ones, still go, but then the little bang, and
It's
everybody.
Disneyland then.
It's like, we do like I do like a 13 to 15 minute bang, but
That's a lot.
but like,
That's a long time.
So we go, the next night, we go to a party. And like now I'm not the host. I don't got to grill shit. I don't got to do anything. Now I get to put my feet up with my family and I get to let somebody else be the 4th of July, host and
The
party.
MC, yeah.
And all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock comes New York, everyone. Hey guys, fireworks in like 15 minutes. We're by the pool having a drink. Wow, this is great. This fucking dude backed up a pickup truck. He backed up the Italian kid. Italian kids can't. They have to just go big. This guy's garage looked like
They go to Vegas.
Dude, this guy.
They know a guy. They always know a guy.
This guy he pulled up his pickup truck and they went into the cul-de-sac and they go, all right, everybody out in the front yard. For 55 minutes.
Oh my God.
This fucking guy blew up the sky and I'm just sitting there.
55.
I'm going, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Shit
When's
on
it going
your
to stop? When's it going to stop? And my son just walks over and he just goes, it's all right, Dad. Our show's and I go, what the fuck? So now next year,
What's
it's
up,
fucking
bro?
He's
now.
over.
No,
He's
next year I'm going 56 minutes.
No, you know what the problem is? I don't want to watch firecrackers for 56 minutes. That's too long.
I don't either.
It's so,
I don't give a
about
shit.
you're 15, you're good, bro. After 10, I'm like, got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little girl who's friends with, all the kids know each other. A little girl goes, I like the Virzi's one a little better because it's like shorter. This one just kind of kept going on. So that made me feel good. But my son walking over, looking at me, he knew like that I was kind of called out without being called out. So I was like, okay.
Take a break.
Let's take a break, dude. Here we are, the break boys.
With
the
the break
room
boys.
bro.
With the
the
break room boys.
Say that 5 times.
Break room boys, break room boys, break room boys, break room boys, break room boys.
Got a little weird at the end.
Got a little weird.
And it was tough. Now you're eating some ice cream cake
Got
because
some
you're
cake in
stressed
my-
out.
yep.
Dude, you need to talk. Don't be stressed, dude.
You know what happens to me? I get stressed. And I don't think it gets better with age. I wake up in the middle of the night. I wake up too early.
Cold sweat.
I fret all the time. I need help. Because I work out.
You got to talk to
I
a
work on my
licensed
body.
professional, dude. You work on your body, but you got to work on the brain. That's
gotta
where
work on
our
your-
friends at BetterHelp come into place, man.
Online therapy.
There are plenty of ways to support your healthy brain, like learning a new language or taking power naps. But listen, there's also online therapy with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat, only therapy sessions. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to, but you can.
Look, here's the main thing. If you need help, therapy is really expensive when it's in person.
Yeah.
This is way more affordable than in-person therapy. But here's the thing:
easy to
you're
schedule.
still talking to a professional. You're still on the phone. You're still Skyping. You're still connecting with somebody who
It's
can
also
help you
a lot more,
navigate.
yeah, man. It's also a lot more affordable than in-person therapy. You can
Yeah, I
be
just said
matched
that.
with a licensed therapist
Yeah.
in under 48 hours,
Yeah.
B. And right now, the Fire and Kid listeners and viewers get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/fighter. That's BetterHelp.com/fighter.
Look, man. Sometimes you want your paycheck now. You don't want to wait 3 days
When you got
because you
bills
need
due,
cash
Daddy?
now and you got bills.
And the bills aren't the bills. You call them up and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get my paycheck."
That's what I'm
they
saying.
Don't care.
You want an app where you can just go bang, right? Okay, let me tell you something right now. You can pay bills. You can feel good about your money situation. I'm talking about Chime.
Yes, thank
okay?
God there's Chime.
Yeah.
Man. Now you can get your paycheck up to
It's-
2 days early with
Yes.
a direct deposit, Daddy.
It's an award-winning mobile app. Checking your account, debit card, optional savings account. Okay, and what are you waiting for here? Hopefully not your paycheck,
Nope.
right? So get started with Chime. Chime. Okay, applying for a free account take less than 2 minutes.
Get started with Chime at chime.com. That's CHIME.com/fighter. That's chime.com/fighter. Banking services, debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank of Stride Bank and a members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer.
Ooh, that's my
Chime.com/fighter.
Okay.
I know a couple that adopted a dog and they brought it to the beach on 4th of July in Manhattan Beach. And these high school kids were letting off those giant M80s that you shoot in the air, like boom, it's like, we're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that dog heard that sound and just started running and didn't stop running.
'Cause that was
They ain't
World
catching
War
the
III.
dog.
No, my dog loses
They
his
lost
shit.
that dog. That dog, they didn't find that dog.
he
They
just took
lost
off the
that
leash.
dog. They lost that
Coyotes got
dog
him.
forever. Well, they
Coyotes.
just
What it
kept-
does to dogs,
Well,
what it does to a dog's psyche, it's really like almost torturous.
Oh,
So I said
fuck.
one year my dog got out and he's fucking freaking out because he's trying to protect. He's biting at the sparks because
Yeah.
he's trying to protect us.
Yes.
And I go, get the fucking dog inside because to them, even
too
when
much.
even when he hears a neighbor from far away, he just hears a pop. He goes up. It does something to their ears, but to them, it's like an attack.
Yeah.
But,
It's fucked up, man.
that dog,
That's
what
right.
was he in fucking Vietnam, Iraq? Like 7 tours
Dogs
in
hate
Iraq.
that loud noise.
Yeah, but that dog
Any
just ran
if
and
they're
just
not
never-
used to it never came back.
Save yourself.
The dog ran down the beach.
Piece of shit.
Like through the sand. Yeah, how fast they can run.
Yeah,
Just
they're so
kept his ears back like that. running, and a dot on the horizon. See you later.
Like Usain Bolt.
Looking for the dog all fucking day.
Dude,
God.
dude, that reminded
God,
me.
never found it again.
Yo,
See
that
you later.
reminded me of the funniest
Still-
shit. One of the funniest things I ever seen in my life. I talked about this on the Virzi Effect years and years ago, and I was crying. I couldn't get it out. There was like a marathon, like a bunch of joggers.
Yeah.
And it was like through a neighborhood. It was like for a cause. And you know the way when a dog sees people run, it just runs? This poor fucking dog just comes out in a parade of people and just kept going, and it just couldn't stop. It just kept following people, and it wouldn't stop, dude.
No.
And it ended up going 5 miles. They couldn't
Yeah.
finish.
Just exhausted.
Well, my buddy in Philly, I've told the story before, but he beat up a bunch of cops. He's the biggest, strongest guy in the world. He's picking cops up, throwing them. They're fucking hitting them with billy clubs, and they let the dog out on him. He's going to jail. You fight a bunch of cops in Philly, you're going to jail. You're fucked.
Was this in the 90s?
Yes.
Because now they're going to shoot you.
It's in the 90s, and you're going to get. It's in the 90s, and it might have even been in the late 80s.
Late 80s? Yeah,
and
that
you're
makes
going to
sense.
get the fucking. Well, either way,
Yeah.
nobody has cameras. You're going to get the shit kicked out of you.
Dude, you
either
punch
way,
a
right?
cop, it's really fucking.
Well, and in Philly, he was a football player, and played for Penn. So he's picking these guys up, and he's drunk, and he's fighting them all, and he's your size, and so they let the dog out on him. And the only reason he didn't get fucking any charges was because the dog comes out. He sees the dog. He takes a cop, throws it on the dog. The cop falls on the dog. The dog kind of, is disoriented. And then my buddy kicks the dog in the fucking ass. Just kicks it really hard in the ass.
there's a canine dog.
This is a canine
Shepherd.
dog. German Shepherd.
I mean, the
German
police dog.
Shepherd gets disoriented, sees a dude across the street running. He was running, I don't know, to his car or something.
Yeah.
Those dogs, their prey drive kicks in. Dog goes, that's the target.
No.
Runs across the street.
Fuck's that guy?
Bites the guy here.
Oh, my God.
Right on the side. Now that's a wolf.
And they don't let go of that
Yeah,
latch.
they'll
dude.
start ripping. So gets him here and starts to shake it. Obviously,
That's how he got out.
Now, when a shepherd you go, oh, you fall down.
Yeah.
Well, the lawyer, it becomes a huge case, and the fucking, it's like, he has the article framed. There's this giant black female cop in a neck brace, like
But
testifying.
he got off because that dog heard that
because
innocent
that
bystander.
guy was suing the department.
Wow.
They wanted it all to go away.
No, bro.
Those canine cops will kill you.
On
dude.
the news, in LA, I don't know how where you're at in New York. If there's like a high speed chase, do they stop everything like it's fucking nuclear war?
No.
Like here, like Ukraine-Russia war just got announced. They stopped all of it just to show this dude in a fucking Prius on a highway. You're like, all right, I guess it's important. Here, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Dude, 2 nights ago, I'm watching it. I can't get enough of him anyway. I'm watching it. This dude stole some car. He's on the run. I'm like, let's see how this pans out. And the cops aren't allowed to chase him. You know that? They have to back off because they don't want him to like wreck other people. So they follow behind.
They
give
follow
him-
behind
they
pretty
give him leeway.
far, right? And kind of just like that.
'cause-
Yeah.
Because someone died. They were chasing him, and the criminal like veered to the right and killed somebody. So now by law they have to back off. They follow him and hope he runs out of gas and they do a thing. So this dude's doing. He's going down 101 right here. He's fucking going down. They're following him. Like, well, this is it, dude. If he's a full tank, it's take fucking hours.
Yeah.
He fucking pulls over, goes to get out. Someone was like, release the fucking hound. And this is live on TV. So he's running down the fucking highway. Someone released the hounds. And I apparently, I don't think you're
I
supposed-
saw this.
Bro,
I
this
saw
guy
that. That
live
dog-
on the commentators.
I saw this.
The commentator, the
Right on the
newscast.
side of the highway.
The
Yeah.
newscast didn't know how to deal with it because it's live, so they can't edit. This dude gets annihilated.
Eaten. He gets eaten.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You see him on live. And they're like, oh, let's take a
Oh, it was
break.
multiple dogs?
Yeah, that's
This is-
right.
yeah,
One
2 of
dog.
them.
No, I think it was one. It was
two
one
of them, 2
Belgian
of them.
Malinois.
It was like,
You don't-
Let's take a break.
It's KT, like,
funny.
they're like, you know what? We will keep you posted
You don't
on
fuck
how this.
around.
You're like, no, you just
blood and
Bro.
arms are going up.
Oh,
We'll
dude,
be
he's
back.
on the ground and
Oh,
the dog
dude.
neck, and you're just like, okay, let's. Well, we're gonna take a quick break.
Was those shepherds or no? Oh yeah, dude.
Fantastic.
My
That's fucking nuts.
buddy, where he's walking down. He and this other group, they're football players, rival football.
No,
They
football
start,
player.
they're fighting, they're talking back and forth, this bullshit. You know that fucking New York shit. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
This, but this is Philly actually in Pennsylvania. Blah blah blah. So there's a park. Next thing you know, my friend starts fighting with this other dude. and they're fucking going at it. And my buddy goes, I'm getting the best of the guy on top. And all of a sudden, these homeless dudes jump on my back. These bums, they're all raggedy and stuff, and they jump, they're all dirty. But the thing is, they're fucking strong. And the next thing I know, he's got one guy's on his arm, the other guy's on the other guy's on his legs, and they're carrying him. He's being carried by these homeless guys.
Sacrifice.
But he's going. They're taking him. He thinks they're going to take him to their lair, and he's going, "Help!" Ah! He's screaming. He looks over. His friends aren't helping. His friends are being talked to by a cop. They weren't homeless dudes. They were fucking cops on a sting, and they had this whole thing. And these fucking idiots ruined the whole thing. You fucking idiot! And so he's like, I couldn't figure out why they were so fucking strong. They were all just jack cops who were fucking. It's like you ruined everything, you fucking idiot. We were waiting to do this. I don't know what they were gonna do, but
these homeless guys are really strong.
Dude, he was like,
and they also seem fed.
Yes. He's like, they were so strong. He's like, I can't fucking move. And they were taking. He thought they were taking him somewhere.
Now, Paul, your swagger's a little different, right?
What?
You came in here, your swagger's a little different. Now that you're a very famous comic, because your special blew up on Netflix, I feel like you're looking down upon.
What's your special called, Bubba?
My special's called Nocturnal Admissions.
Oh, great! I gotta watch it.
And it's crushing.
And it's doing. I'm grateful. It's crushing.
You're funny.
Crushing.
You're funny.
It's crushing.
No, it's nice to put it out there and have the reviews be what they are, and people, word of mouth is really getting out, and people go, oh, this is like, people are like, hey man, thanks for killing it like that. It feels good, man.
And you're on a PR tour now. Are you sick of talking, doing? You know what I'm saying? Because when you do a lot of podcasts, you're like, oh, God.
Tomorrow's the last day, and I'm like, I'm doing this thing where like I just want to do it with guys I know and friends. Like, there's one thing about doing podcasts, but like I know you guys now. I've been on here. You guys have been nice enough to have me a bunch of times, and I'm good friends with Tim Dillon, so I did Tim's, and there's just a rapport because we know each other. Burr, we know each other. Like I'll do other shows, but I like talking. It doesn't get as boring and when it's just, but like going to some place where like, hey man, nice to meet you, I'm Paul. Yeah, oh, thanks for stopping by. And then I'm doing this, and plus there's only so many stories. I don't like to repeat myself. Like there's a couple things you have to say, oh, you'll like this, but you know what I mean? Dude, you do that PR shit. It gets like, but when you're with a friend, we could, like we were out there talking about like how fun with the firing people thing. Yeah. And it's like,
It's not forced. The worst thing is when it's forced. How long is the special?
65 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 65.
Amazing.
Yeah,
hour and 5.
And I'll give you 65.
I like it.
Every bit
I give you six. I will give you every bit of it.
See, I'm editing mine. I'm editing it down to 43 minutes. I was told to do it a shorter version, but I guess it doesn't depend.
Yeah, but it also depends on the set that night and how editing is like. Because if you're like, because I would rather have like if they were like, Paul, yours is a little over an hour, but like if we get it to 48 is real, then I would do but I was working this and I was ready to go and I was ready to do it. So yeah, do it at its best.
You got to feel a sense of relief, right? Because you're one of those guys, it's almost like, I don't want to say a Bill Burr, like Bill Burr's moment was right in Philly with the Rocky statue thing and then he blew up, but he's been doing comedy for a hot second, like Louis C.K. Like I feel like you're one of those monster comics that have just been grinding, and then finally you're getting your due.
I'll be honest with you, man. There's definitely some truth to that. Like there was times during the pandemic where people were putting stuff out and people were doing these podcasts, and I'm not saying this arrogantly, but if I'm going to be honest and candid, like I would be like, dude, these fucking people don't know what I'm about to. Like I'm out here working and I'm doing it, and people are like, oh, dude, your crowd work, the jokes, and nobody knew. So I would be like, talking to my wife, oh, they went great, but it started to get old in a way when waitresses would be like, man, I've been here years, I see everybody. We stopped and watch you. Like you're one of the funniest people. As great as that felt, it started to get annoying because I'm like, but then I knew, and when Netflix saw it and goes like, this belongs here, and we're putting it out. I knew, and people were telling me, and like, dude, I had legendary comics go hit me up and just say, like, people that were like, I was just like, wow, but dude, the work was put in. I was going on the road, I was honing that hour, I was adding things, I was ad-libbing, I was putting things in, and it was ready to go. So as much as, it's not like getting my due, but like letting people see it when the work is, right? When the work, it would be like, I guess if like, a UFC fighter finally gets on that state, gets in that thing on a pay-per-view or whatever it is, and all of a sudden, man, like it comes together and people go, oh shit, and then but I remember, dude, because I remember actually guys like Jim Norton and guys like Burr and guys that like kind of were on the longer path. They're just, you can't fuck with that because
what do you mean?
So it's one thing to go out there and start killing it, and you got and you know, something on the internet pops, and you've been doing it 8 years, and all of a sudden you're getting everything. But then you know, to sustain, I would rather be the guy that was 20 years, like just went long road, but ready.
Yep.
Ready, because I don't want shit to everything I put out. I want to be as good or better. So I did my
Plus, you got to do it again. I mean,
that's the other thing. Like,
you don't stop now.
You can't,
No.
and that's the thing. When people were going, like, my manager, my wife, people are like, "Are you happy? Like, or can you enjoy this?" As much as I can enjoy it, I'm like, I gotta. So one thing that was nerve wracking was I went to San Diego the week after this dropped. This dropped June 23rd, Netflix. I went to San Diego, and people were hitting me up, Virzi, should we come or should we watch your special? Which one? I go, no, come. I'm ready. And I was like, in my mind, I'm going, all right, I think I like this. Dude, I did 62 minutes in San Diego, and it was like, and I'm going, okay, now that I have this blueprint of the set, where's it's going to be in a year? But I want it to be as good, if not better, or it doesn't come out. Right. That's the thing. Like, when you've done it so long, it's like, it's going to be as good or better. As far as me, like me feeling like, when Nocturnal is me. And one of the best reviews I got was, like, if you want to know who Paul Virzi is, who his comedy is, who his life is, who his family is, everything about him, the type of person he is, watch that, because that's who he is. And that's what made me feel good. And now I just want the next one to be an extension of that. And I'm not putting it out if that, in my mind and eyes, isn't that.
It was good.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're the comic, dude. Like, you had the approval from all the big boys. Burr, everybody.
I think they, guys saw me
years.
grinding.
You're the real deal.
Guys saw me grinding for a while and killing, and they were just like, your time. I remember, I think Burr said something where Chappelle said something to him, like, a guy like you, it'll take longer, but when it hits, it's going to hit. And Burr kind of said to me, he's like, same thing. He's like, Pete, when it's Burr would say things that I couldn't even believe he would say. I'd be making like, dude, you're going to start selling out clubs. You're going to get into theaters. I go, dude, I'm making what the fuck? I'm making $300 this week. I got no, what are you nuts?
For Burr to say something nice, when he's done saying something nice, he goes, go fuck yourself, though, just so you know.
No, I do a joke about that. Like, Boston guys can never give you.
Never.
Like, when you go to Boston and you perform, they'll be like, Virzi, kid, funny shit. I took my girl. Don't get excited. I'm not trying to blow you, okay? Like, they always have to, you fucking.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Even when
Don't be gay about it.
Don't get a hard on, dick.
I'm
I'm
trying
just
to fuck
saying.
you, man. I'm just saying I had a good time.
I was in Boston, and same thing. Like, the guy looks at me and goes, "Hey, kid, I know who the fuck you are, and I don't know what that's it." He goes, "I know who you are." Like, I don't know if he's gonna punch me or hug me.
That's
he's
so
like,
They almost have a hard time giving it up. So when they give it up, there has to be a little bit.
Well, you
of
better
like,
say thanks, because he's looking at you going, "I gave you a little something. I'm waiting now." You know? But
or sometimes they'll do shit without, "What's up,
Yeah.
dude?" And you're like, "What? I don't know. Like, what the fuck?"
fucking Bird
do you want me
called
to do,
me.
man?
Well, Bird crushed the room one time at the Laugh Factory, and I go, "Dude, I'm telling you right now, that shit was you are the best right now." And he goes, thanks. I don't know. And then he calls me the next day and he goes, "Hey man, listen, I just want to thank you for that."
Because
and then he
it
goes,
means-
"But just
yeah.
go fuck yourself at the end of it."
That's
Just in
because
case.
but that it does mean, dude. One guy, dude, Brian Regan reached out, and I was
he's
just like,
great.
dude, he's one. For me, it's top 10 ever.
Fuck yeah.
And he
Brian
was just
Regan,
like, "Hey man,
fuck
congrats!" And I was just like, "What?" Like it was like that meant like, having guys like that, because they recognize like the work, and they also recognize like the joke and the story, and just not letting up. I don't want to fucking half-ass it. If I'm gonna put something out there, I remember when we did that. I said to my wife and my team, I go, "Man, I want everywhere to see it, and then all I ask for is everybody sees it, and this goes where it belongs."
Yeah.
But what's tough is you're just waiting for a call. That's the thing about our businesses. It's not, we put it out, we do it, and then all of a sudden they tell you what you're worthy of.
Yeah,
And
it's
you're
tough.
like, "Oh fuck,
It's
all
a
right,
tough business.
It's a tough fucking business, man. But you can't fuck with work, and you can't fuck with the jokes, and you can't fuck
No.
with funny.
But I'll see you in 2 years, because you got to get back to work now. It's like you got to throw all that
That's-
shit
that's-
away.
that's exactly right.
And we start again. And you just I'm in that right now.
I don't know if he's a New York guy. I don't know. I know he's known for traveling all around, but I have to follow Tom Rhodes. You know
Yeah, I love Tom.
You
I've known Tom.
Rhodes?
I've known Tom
Is he a New
since
York guy?
Yeah,
Where's he from,
I've
Chin?
seen him in
Bring
New
up
York.
Tom
He's been doing it a long
So
time.
Tom's been doing it. Tom was really famous on MTV when he was younger, and then he kind of hit the road, and just Tom for literally 10 years didn't have an address. He lived in hotels.
I guess
and
he's
he
known
did
for
the
like
international
doing
circuit.
stand up all over the world.
Yeah, but no, he was known. What made his name was in the 90s. He was on Comedy Central and MTV.
He used to work a lot with John. Didn't he work a lot with John Fox? He was good friends with John Fox.
I don't
rest his
know.
soul.
I just ran into him. I literally ran into
Dude,
him 4 days ago.
I've never heard of him. And then
Great guy.
Rita, who runs the Improv, I was coming from the Laugh Factory, and she's like, "Hey, are you close?" And she's like, I can have Tom go longer. And then she was basically like, "Also, heads up, you're following roads. And I was like, yeah, cool. You know,
Yeah, you don't know it, yeah.
that happens, dude. But he ran long. He was doing his crowd work, dude. My God,
Oh, killer.
he was like, hey, he was like, Naru is in here from LA. He's my thing is I've literally toured all over the world. And he's like, tell me where you're from. And we're just people, Australia. He had a whole bit on Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Then so one lady goes, where you guys aren't from LA. There's no way you're from LA. And he goes, where are you from? She goes, Venezuela. He goes, I don't have any Venezuela material. He goes, but I do have a really good Japan bit. He goes, so whenever I say Venezuela, you guys think Japan. And he goes, so I was in Venezuela and I met this samurai. Dude, bro, he fucking crushed.
Yeah,
And I was like,
veteran.
hard
That's just an
follow.
old school vet,
Tom's
man.
fucking unbelievable. Tom.
And then he walks to where he comes back green and he goes, man, they're fucking hot. And I go, Tom, I think it's your material, buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, God, I appreciate
Might
it. I was
just
like,
be that you're
fuck
awesome.
sakes, dude. Monster.
That's so
I
great.
love seeing it. And his cadence.
and following that is great. Like so many, like somebody said something once where they're like, I like to know where you're at. Like to get in that sweet spot, that's easy. It's like you're gonna go home and feel good because you had a good set, but find out where you're fucking at, dude. I came up in New York before I was like doing any main clubs. I came up in black rooms because they were like, oh, white boy's funny, put him up. It'd be 250 all, and it was, dude, and it was
That's
New York
different.
City, dude. It was like
They're not giving it up unless you are
Tyson.
really fun.
it was like, yeah, and it was like the New York Kings of Comedy. It was like Talent and Capone and Rob Stapleton and Gerald Kelly and all these guys, man, and Drew Frazier, and these guys would come up, and these rooms are fucking packed and Def Jam type shit,
Yeah.
and I had to do it. And I remember one night they had a Laugh Factory in Times Square. It was short lived, and it was Wendy Williams, called Wendy Williams Comedy Experience
Oh, interesting.
on Wednesday nights in Times Square. Packed out, and it was always packed. Capone, dude, this guy's his name was Capone. He was, he'd come in, big dude, charming dude, but just like he just came in and it was Def Jam shit. And Wendy Williams had a table on the stage, but far off, and you would go up, and it was like primetime shit Wednesday nights, dude. It was nuts. And I remember he's like, "Yeah, I'm put you on, man. You funny, man, right?" And I'm just waiting, and everyone's fucking killing. And Dean Edwards goes before me, and Dean Edwards is doing a set, and everything's going normal. And dude, he fucking goes into Denzel, and his Denzel fucking explodes the room, and it's like Denzel Training Day shit, crushing. Then he goes into another one, and then another one. He did like 3, and this
Exactly.
fucking dude, this place is jumping out of their skin. And the dude comes up to me, and he goes, "Hey man, if you want to go later, we could, because everyone's going crazy in here. If not too many people know if you want to go later, or and I gotta go now." And I said, I gotta go now. And I went up now, and I had a great.
What did you do? How did you open?
I opened with, this was I did a joke about American Idol, about how they made them sing after they were kicked off. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
miserable.
Italian. That's insulting. Yeah. So it's like, you're going to make so. And I remember Wendy Williams really laughing at that. And then everybody got going. And once I got that joke in.
Wait. So what?
I don't-
The joke was what?
The joke was like, because in American Idol,
You voted off and make
after
you
you got
sing.
voted off, they go, all right, how about one last song?
Yeah,
And I'm like, what are you out of
before
your
you get out of here?
Yeah,
here
what
you
are
go.
you fucking
And they're crying. They're like, they're all once in a
I would love-
lifetime. Like,
yeah.
crying.
And I picture my father, like, you guys know I've talked about my dad, but like I would pick that made me, because my father would be like, you fucking you think I'm gonna, and that's where my mind went, like, you're gonna make me go up there, like you just cut
like,
me.
fuck
You
you.
just cut
Yeah, I
me.
would be- I'm out
And
of
then, so I remember like doing the joke, like how it was ridiculous. I don't know exactly how it went, but I got Wendy Williams and I started to get them. And then I ended up taking what Dean did and do it. But a lot of people don't want to do that, but why not? Find out where you really are. Because
yeah.
at least you know, people,
yeah.
I don't want to follow that person. I don't want to follow. And here's the other thing. Don't try to, you could pace back and forth and be like, I got to do, you're never going to change what you do. So it's like, let them do it. And if they have either energy or if they fucking do a backflip or whatever they
It doesn't
do,
matter.
and then you
Yeah.
go, then you're going to go and be your voice
Well, I was talking
and do it.
I was talking to Rogan about this on Thursday, and we were talking about how when we came up, you got up in front of strangers. You came up, you got up.
Yes.
Like when you, like for the first 15 years of my stand-up career, I would go to wherever that city was, and I didn't know anybody, and they sure as fuck didn't
have
know
to
me.
win 'em over.
And they were all different. Yeah.
Yeah.
now one of the things that is with podcasts, you can curate your own audience.
Yep.
So they're there, they come to laugh. So in a way, it doesn't demand as much.
That's a great fucking point.
Yeah, it doesn't. It gives you, in some ways, a false sense of security, because when it used to be like the fucking Comedy Store back in the day before podcasting, dude, I would be performing at 1 a.m. for 12 alcoholics. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You'd be up there, or they just 25 people who hated your guts or didn't know where the fuck you were. They were from all over the world. They were from all over the world. They were tourists who would like stumble in and shit. And you couldn't see the audience. If you could do well in that fucking room, you could do well anywhere.
Yeah.
And when you were learning there, and by the way, fucking the comic strip, the Cellar, stand-up New York, it was all the same shit. When you were in New York, you got in front of New Yorkers back then before it was really rich. You had a mix of people, man.
Yeah.
Bridge and Tunnel and everything else.
Yeah.
And sorry, man, if you don't make them laugh with shit that's relevant to them, New York Comedy Club, it was all black. You'd get up there, and if you don't bring the money, I ate all the dicks one time.
Yeah.
I ate so many dicks that it got so quiet that this one woman goes, "Wow." That's what I did. She goes, "Wow." I was like, "Oh, I'm going to quit stand-up."
Yeah.
But now, in a way, you can already, your audience is already excited to see you. And it is what it is. But, podcasting has created that for people.
Yeah, I think so, and I think like trust.
We also weren't making money. Nobody made money.
No, you weren't making money, but you know why though?
Nobody made money.
That's I shouldn't say you know why. That mentality of not making money but still doing it, it actually follows you into success, because you see people doing things. I see people doing things right now, and I'm going like, what the fuck are you doing that for? But I was talking to Brendan before we went on the air, and what bugs me is these fucking comics who are like, and maybe I take it more personally because I have a family, but these comics like, yeah, man, I'm out, I don't even get to see my kids. And it's like, fuck you, dude. You know what? Like, you can see your kids. You make that, like, listen, I'm doing pretty fucking well, and I'm not missing a big first thing. I may miss one game in the season, but I'm not gonna fucking miss. And these guys are going like, man, like, there's no time, and it's like, no, man, you're selfish, and you want fucking attention instead of going to your daughter's fucking dance recital. You need that because something is fucked up in you. So you'd rather fucking. And what are you gonna do on your deathbed? You're gonna be okay with the fact that your little daughter's in tears while you made some fat fucks in Tacoma laugh, and she's upset because that's really the reality of it.
Was Fort Wayne worth it?
Yeah,
you miss your daughter walking for the first time?
So what, you get like 15, 20 grand, whatever it is, 10 grand, whatever it is that weekend, and your daughter's crying, and you get some new fans in Tacoma. I'm just saying, some people in Tacoma's like, what the fuck? I'm just saying, I'm just used to it.
I said Fort Wayne, I was just there.
If you're a successful actor, if you're a film actor or you're a TV actor, but especially if you're a film actor, you're gone. And you don't see your kids. You may as well be in the military. You don't see your kids.
The Punisher, John
Bergenthal.
Oh, right, because they'll go on movie. They'll be on a set in Hawaii for 3 months.
Dude, John Bernthal, me and him sat next to each other, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's the Punisher. I'm a huge fan of me, and I don't say anything. And he kept staring at me. I'm like,
Is that the kid in Wolf of Wall Street, too?
No, he's in Sicario,
yeah,
too.
He was in a Wolf of Wall Street.
Was he?
Yeah.
So he's on the plane, and then he goes, hey, man, big fan. I go, oh, fuck. Well, he says, I'm the biggest fan. I didn't want to be a weirdo. Me and him, I was going to New York. We talked for the full 6 hours. We talked full 6 hours. And I was telling him about how I struggle with leaving my family and stuff like that. And he's like, I get it, man. I have 4 kids. And he goes, here's my thing. He goes, dude, I'll be gone for 6 months. Yeah. When I shoot whatever movie it is,
he's got 6 months.
He was 6 months, and he was, and sometimes, and I'll bring my kids. You're talking Bulgaria, fucking. But
when you bring your kids, you're working 16 hours.
But he said, I go, well, can't you certain sets? Don't you bring him? He goes, I wouldn't see him. So these poor kids are stuck in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, you go back to the hotel and the kids are sleeping. It's not.
That's what he said. He's like, it's not worth.
They also have school, and they also have lives. So
that's what he said.
They're not going to come to Bulgaria.
Try being a working actor, man. He's like, you think with stand up? He's like, at least you can somewhat control it. He goes with me. He goes 3, 6, 4 months. I go, I could not for me. Literally,
and you can't. You don't see your wife. You don't see anybody. You're in the military. It's like
he's such a good dude.
Yeah,
such a good person.
Was he cool?
Oh man, such a down to earth.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that guy.
Person. He's really close with Joey Diaz.
Is he?
Really close, yeah. Because he was flying out there, and he was like, I get to do this, I get to shoot this. He's like, but I'm some. He's like, you know Joey, right? I'm like, fuck, hell yeah. He's like, I'm doing his pod. And I think he was on there. Cool. Yeah, he's great.
Should get him on here. I like that.
Yeah, he's great. He lives in Ojai.
Get him on. He's great.
Is he originally a New York guy or no?
I think he's DC.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's interesting because You know, he went to school at he went to Harvard.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a smart fucking dude.
He's no dumb.
Grew up like rough, but then went to fucking Harvard.
I don't think he
Wow.
grew up rough, but he's a smart guy.
Yeah, you're right, Brian.
Yeah,
And
DC.
Harvard.
DC.
Yep.
Wow.
Kid went to Harvard.
Skidmore and then Harvard, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a good fucking guy.
Yeah, he was a really good dude.
That's so cool, man. Yeah. No, it's you know, listen, man, you got families. I never wanted this business to make me miss something big, man, a first thing, you know? If it was a first thing, I can't miss it. I can't miss my son's first Little League game. I can't just, you know, and I'll tell the agent now, like, look, I got this. Like, my agent got me a date, and I go, dude, that's the daddy-daughter dance, man. You know?
Oh, there's not enough money in the world to
Yeah.
miss. Like, especially once my son starts playing like high school football.
I missed one out of all the daddy-daughter dances. I missed one. My stepfather went for me. It was something. Dates got screwed up last minute, and even then, when she was, I go never.
No way.
No. I'm going to the daddy-daughter
There's
dance.
not
I don't give a
enough
fuck.
money.
Yeah, because that's a life. That's her memory of her dad forever. You take
Yeah,
that
fuck the
picture.
kid up?
It's like, yeah, like
No, it's
No,
not
no
worth it.
chance.
no, you can't, man. Kids feel it. My family is starting to feel. My son and daughter are starting to feel now. They're starting to feel it, and like they start to feel that, you know, more people recognize me for what I do, and I can tell that. And I sit down. I'm like, listen, none of that, nothing that will ever happen. It's like, let's go to the Yankee game. Let's
Yes.
go do that.
But
Like,
you know what's
letting
cool
them
is that
know.
you're setting a great example too, and you're setting an example of what to be, and that is a very powerful thing. So there's another school of thought which also says you still can't you don't want to use your children as an excuse for not being as good as you could be. So it's a dance, right? It's a trade-off, and of course you want to make time with your kids and see your kids, but they're also, you know, it took a lot of work for you to get here, and you're only going to keep growing. And that's something they're going to be very proud of. Like,
Your kid gets sick, sad when you leave now. My son's 6, and just now, like, he'll get mad because I'll put him to bed, and then I have sets in LA when I'm in town. So, you know, 2-3 times a night I put him to bed. And he goes, Pop, because I'll be in shorts and a tank top in at home, but I know, so I'll have my clothes on. He's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm putting you to bed, dude, and I got sets. He goes, you have to work tonight, dude. Now
Yeah.
he knows when I leave. It's.
I saw that clip of your son going SeaWorld. I was like, that's
SeaWorld, yeah,
it,
so
man.
stupid, yeah.
Like, yeah,
In
like
San Diego?
Yeah. When that
We're going to San Diego. We're going to SeaWorld. No, we're not going to
Well,
SeaWorld.
you said before about the jerseys at the AllStar game. My son will be like, "What city?" And then he starts going through the players that play there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, "If they got something at the airport with a jersey," and I'm like, you know, but like, yeah.
So he's a
But
huge sports fan?
He's a huge sports fan, huge basketball fan. But he's just gotten really. It's the weirdest thing, dude. I don't know what it is. He's an athlete. He's always watching YouTube basketball, playing 2K basketball. And now lately, I go in his room and he's just watching fishing videos.
Hey, B, can we take another little break when chatting with
Only-
one of our favorite, Paul Virzi?
Paul Virzi. Only if it's about money. Only if it's about me making money. I don't have time for anything other than laughing, learning, and making cash.
Dude, I gotcha. And listen, that's why my friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, you can watch your favorite sport and bet on it and make money, bro. Bet on your favorite sports all summer long. Get up for a football season right now. And listen, new customers can get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. Just make your first bet up to $1,000. And if it doesn't hit, you get another shot at a big win. That's right. Feel the thrill of every sports season in a whole new way by betting on baseball. Baseball's popping right now. Golf, MMA, UFC, and so much more. Plus, with the same game parlays, spreads, money lines, over-unders, and props, your betting options feel endless. Best of all, DraftKings is safe, secure, reliable. Deposit, withdraw your cash whenever you want, man. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code FIGHTER. Make your first deposit and get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code FIGHTER. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age, eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. See next page for a direction of disclaimer. That's DraftKings. Download the app. Use the promo code FIGHTER.
But he's just gotten really. It's the weirdest thing, dude. I don't know what it is. He's an athlete. He's always watching YouTube basketball, playing 2K basketball. And now lately, I go in his room and he's just watching fishing videos. Dude,
He's into fishing?
Yeah, he got a fishing pole. I go,
What?
He ordered he ordered a fishing pole. I took him to fucking.
That's so interesting.
Dude, listen to
I was
this.
into fishing,
dude.
too.
I take him to Dick's Sporting Goods and I was like, "What's a good pole for?" You know, I said he's 13. He's like, "That's a real good one." And he does research. He goes, "No, that line could only get a 12 to 15 pound fish." I go, "What? Where do you think we're?" And that's when he started talking about Panama. So a thing comes in the mail. Yeah, he started talking to Panama. This is the number one fishing in the world. And I was like, "Well, we got a lake around the fucking corner, so I'm not getting on a plane to Panama."
You
right
can catch trout?
Yeah. I'm like, "What are you trying to catch?" By the way, he's a little,
You're not catching marlins,
yeah.
buddy.
The Amazon guy comes with a package, and I go, "Stacy," and Stacy goes, "Oh," and he goes, "Oh, it's my fishing stuff." He ordered a line that like they on Shark that gets
Sharks.
like shark.
Hey, bro, you're not catching
Well,
great
the
whites,
sharks are
buddy.
awesome. You gotta have a line that can handle a
And,
shark.
he
You gotta have the
he goes,
test.
well, if I cast and we go out there in the ocean, like, what if I get some? So this line will do it. Then he's got like this, like the Cadillac of fucking. He goes, look at that reel. Look how smooth it is. And you want to laugh? I'm in my living room going, it's fucking nice though. This thing.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
This is
Smooth.
like, it's
Nice.
really
It's the
smooth.
Cadillac of
Smooth
fishing
reel.
bowls.
Yeah, and it was like cork handle, black, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I
going.
get it.
And so he's like really like he's just he's
As long as they're into something, like my son.
listen. If he's into fishing, dude,
I don't know. Fishing, like I went fishing in Milwaukee in that lake. Dude, I'd catch fish. And you know these guys who are like this, I reel in a fucking big fish. Guy goes, text you, goes, it's a sheephead. I'm like, hey,
Yeah, I'm like, that retarded that.
Let me take a picture.
Oh,
I
that's-
got fucking Kevin catches a fucking.
You can't eat that.
Bass this big. I go, it's a fucking. Oh, I'm like this. And then I swear to God, he goes, it's smallmouth. I'm like, let me fucking. They threw them all back.
I see, but I'm with your son. I grew up being really into fishing. I love.
really?
It. Yeah, my uncle Charlie and my uncle Skip used to take me all the time. And same thing. I'd catch something for. I'm 8, dude. Let me fucking take in the glory. Same thing. I was trash.
yeah,
Trash.
Trash.
I'm 8, dude. Let me just do the fucking thing here, man.
yeah.
Gotta catch these fucking
Dude, I was
fish,
just like,
man.
get me the fuck out of here. And the
But
guy,
I love that. As long as your son's into, I don't give a fuck what it is, and unless it could get dicey. But as long as they're into passionate about
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
Problem with I won't say who it is, but my son's best friend, his dad's very famous, and they're into Pokemon cards. Well, I was into cards as a kid, but I collect like Joe Montana and fucking Junior Seau,
Yeah.
Ryan Sandberg. The Pokemon, they're fucking cartoons. They're fucking,
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
expensive. So
Yeah.
Dad takes him to the fucking local card shop. $600 in cards. So my son comes home, each of them comes home. Dad, look, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And in my head, because I bought him cards, I'm like, holy fuck, dude. And I was like, hey, Bubba, that's not that was like a one-off, pal.
Yeah.
Every time we go there, that's
can't
not
be a
happening.
hobby.
No, and then my dad was in town, and he convinced my dad to take him to the store, and he's like, Grandpa Pete only got me. I'm like, it's not only, dude. That's a big deal, man.
yeah, it's a big.
Yeah, no.
It's hard to
They're
instill. that.
It's like they don't. It's not his
It's
fault.
hard to instill.
It's a balance of making your children appreciate things that hard work can achieve, and not being spoiled, but also like you want them to have better than what you had.
100%.
So it's like that middle thing, and you also got to watch like what people do. One thing that I learned is like you got to watch what people say, family members say around your kids. Now I'm at the age where they're 13 and 10. Like I'll be honest, and I love my father. My father's in Florida, man, and I'm like, my father says some wild shit. So it's like I gotta watch,
Hilarious,
because then
though.
he'll be like, hey, Grandpa said, and I'll be like, what do you mean? And my wife will be like, anybody, you get people come over, they'll either talk politics or either talk religion, even amongst themselves, and the kids take it in. So they'll get off the bus and
download
they'll hear
everything.
and they'll hear, oh, well, I heard Uncle so-and-so said this, but in school they said this. They'll get off the bus and be like, I heard this guy's a real bad person.
Yep.
And I'm like, but you got to like, that's a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
So you got to be, because they hear it now. They're sponges, dude.
Do you know what? Like a lot of countries, they'll have a mandatory draft, right? Especially for boys. And part of the philosophy there is that you might be spoiled. You might have had a cushy life. You're in the fucking army now, bro. And you're going to do what everybody else does. And
Yeah.
especially the kid around the block who grew up with nothing. And
You're all the same.
You're all the same. And also, though, it really brings you into contact with objective reality. You're not going to sleep as much. You're not going to eat. Your mom's not there. Fuck off. This is 2 years. We got you for 2 years, and this is what's going to happen.
Also, when they go
there's a
through
lot
that,
of value in shit like
give
that.
a sense of pride in the,
Yeah.
in the nation. Like it's important. I
100%.
wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where sports comes into play.
100%.
Like sports is very black and
100%.
white. Like
But it also teaches you
doesn't matter how much money you have.
Yeah.
It's discipline and hard work.
Yeah, and it's hard work, and the hard work is going to make your skills,
But it's also humbling. Like it's also like in a good way. Like,
You're not going to win 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, it's good for them to lose and figure it out and have to come back.
I wonder about fighting in the game that you were in the UFC. I wonder if like a guy that comes up, and let's just say a kid comes up and his dad's got Rolls Royces but he could fight, and he's a monster, and he comes from money and he's a monster, but then he's fighting a dude that comes from the fucking gutter. I wonder if that, like, I mean, would that have to
there
come
are two
into
exceptions, right?
Yeah, do you know somebody that's like
there
that?
are two guys,
I don't know anybody
Cater.
who grew up rich.
There's that one guy, Cater. His family has a lot of
Calvin
money.
Cater?
Yeah,
No,
Calvin
no,
Cater. Yeah,
no.
his family has a lot of money, and
don't-
BJ Penn apparently. Those
BJ
two
Penn?
have a lot of money, but that's the only
BJ
those are the only people I know who have money.
See, that's an interesting thing that like like not many people that come from mansions and living like growing up like
Nah,
that, and then all of a sudden they're like, that'd be wild.
Yeah, maybe football though and basketball.
It's too hard of a gig, like the grind. It's kind of like stand up. Like, can you imagine like if your dad, like, how funny is Eddie Murphy's kid? You know, like your dad has all that money. Like,
true. My parents had a brutal. Like I went through some brutal shit. I'm sure you like you go through brutal shit. You want to get acceptance, and you use your talent to kind of move up. I think.
But then if your family, like, no matter what you try out, it doesn't matter if you fail. I don't know if you're gonna make it in stand up or fucking fight.
That's a good. Yeah,
There's
that's
no way. It's too hard.
Yeah, fighting.
You had like you has to be no plan B.
Fighting.
You can't have a plan.
Look
Can you
up
imagine you had a plan
Callen
B?
man. I think.
Can you imagine when you were going through this? If you're in Syracuse on a Wednesday night, and then your mom calls you like, "Honey, we'll just give you 30,000. Just get out of there." You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like,
No, you can't. If you have a plan B, you're kind of behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. I think his family has some kind of like.
Calvin Cater?
Yeah,
I don't
I guess
think
they're
so.
super
Bubba.
rich.
Really?
Yeah, like really rich. But that's the only person I know. He's got his own fight league now and stuff.
I wonder if a lot of those.
Calvin Cater?
Calvin Cater?
You're-
I think you think someone else, bro.
You think you're right favorite?
No, I'm thinking about Calvin.
No, Calvin Cater don't have his
Cater?
own fight league.
I thought he did.
Calvin Cater is
Or
a
did he
guy from
starting
Boston.
one? No, I know he is. I know
He doesn't
exactly.
have his
who
own
he is.
fight league.
Yeah, but they were talking about.
I just had him on food truck. He does have his own fight
He's
league.
been on twice. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had him. He's a Boston through and through, man. He has older brothers. I don't
Yeah.
think so, dude.
I'm not seeing a fight league.
Let me see. Let me see what he looks like. Yeah, that's him.
Middle.
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
That's his
I can text his
the
guy
New
right
England
now.
cartel.
What's that?
I can text
Texas
Tyson.
manager say, "Hey, did
Yeah.
Calvin grow up rich?"
Yeah.
That's his manager on the left. They're from the New England cartel. Like, those boys are.
Hey, Brandon,
obviously
were a lot of the guys bullied? A lot of the UFC fighters bullied? Like, was that a thing?
I'm sure a good amount. Yeah.
Well, I noticed that a lot of them came from broken homes or some kind of a thing at home. I don't know if they were bullied because a lot of times they were tough and athletic and
Not all.
rough.
I won't say a lot of them came from broken homes either. I don't think that's fair. That's like saying all athletes from broken homes. Fighters.
Fighters, there's always some dysfunction. It's a little bit like stand-ups. It's like, I don't know, there's always something,
Yeah, that makes you think like what Tyson would do if he wasn't in. Like, imagine Mike Tyson as a kid growing
Well,
up.
boxers, that's the old story with boxers. I mean, it's very rare to find like boxers that come from a lot of money.
But with Tyson, I said, fighters, we come from the streets. He goes, no. He stopped me. He goes, no. Boxers come from the fucking gutter. All right.
Yeah.
What?
There you go.
Yeah, that's a tough guy to just start arguing with.
Yeah.
Like,
He's really become.
But he dropped some
Mike
wisdom,
Tyson has
dude.
become a very special human
Those
being.
shrooms, he's really worked on.
dude, he
himself.
says some
Yes.
shit that's like so
Deep,
profound. Where you're
fucking
just like,
deep.
What
Well, think about the
fuck?
experience he's had, like highs and lows. Like, you can have some
Dude.
crazy deep, wisdom to drop on.
Yeah,
somebody.
dude. He said the other day, these guys are all listening. He goes, God gets back at you by giving you. God gets back at you by giving you everything you want. That's
Oh,
oh fuck. dude.
whoa.
Whoa. And he goes, and then he sits there to see if you can handle it. And he goes, anybody tells you that, a lot of money makes you happy, never had a lot of money.
Yeah, he says a lot
He
of
said-
shit.
but I thought it was
he's
cool
been through
too.
some time.
Yeah,
some
man.
dark times.
This guy was like, nah, man, when people fucking do this, I write them off. And he goes, no. Then the devil wins. He goes, no, I'm just saying when people, he goes, no. Because now you're letting them change you.
Yeah, think
And
of
they're
people
letting
that
you
fucked
make
him
you-
over.
Yeah.
But think about how many experiences he had to go through to learn.
Yeah.
That. He has a lot of.
Dude, he
wisdom.
brought Bill Burr. Bill Burr was like, he goes, who hurt you? Bill's like,
Yes, Bill. That?
yeah.
What Bill said.
Dude, Bill's like, yeah, it just fucking annoys me. And he goes, no, hold on. You ever see that?
No.
No, man.
Mike Tyson's the only guy who talked to Bill like
I
this.
never even saw that.
It just bothers me. It makes me mad. And Mike goes, no, hold on. Something happened to you, man. What do you mean it hurts you?
No way.
You're man. He goes, who hurt you, man, in high school? And Bill goes, no, I don't know. He goes, no. He goes,
way.
who hurt you? And Bill goes, I'm sure I had some things, but And Mike goes, now you're being a silly goose, huh? You're being a silly goose, but you don't want to get real.
And did Bill get
him
into
a
it?
Dude, I was like, I can't watch this.
Because to me, Bill is the Mike Tyson of comedy. Like when Bill and
Not
Bill's
around
the
Mike
one guy
Tyson.
Bill's the one guy that scares me.
What? You
Bill
can look
to
it
me
up.
is the Mike Tyson in
look
the
it up.
'90s. Like he's always been great to me and stuck up
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Like
Nah.
monster.
Not
And
around-
he's the one guy where he's working at such a high level. You're like,
Because
Not around Mike.
the question who hurt you is so it's quick.
Oh,
and
where do
it's-
I
You know what it
start?
is? But it's a sniper shot question.
Dude.
Because after those words are asked,
Especially
who
by
hurt-
him.
Hey man, who
It's
hurt?
not a therapist, it's the best
that's
guy on the
thing.
planet.
hey, but also I would go, where do I start?
Yeah.
How long is this show?
Because-
is this an 18-hour show?
But the-
It's all.
But
Yeah.
the way he
in.
did it, he goes like this. No, man. Who hurt you?
Yeah.
and waited.
Yeah.
And it was like, comedy stopped.
And Bill figured his way out of it. He didn't
no,
answer?
he didn't figure his way out of it.
What did
I
he
never
say?
saw it.
Did he say
You'll
he
see.
got hurt?
You'll see.
I never saw it.
That makes me nervous.
It made me like, I was like, we're getting real now.
Did you ever see when Bill was on Theo's show? You know, Theo's a silly fucking goose. And, you know, it was one time my uncle, you know, nickname, and for, you know, Bill, for that day was not playing. And was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? You're like,
Oh yeah, no, you know
It
what's
was
funny
so
is people
awkward, like, whoa.
we're so close, like we're like family, but like a lot of stuff I don't see. You know, like we're just like we talk on the phone about.
oh, I don't watch anything my buddies do. Nothing like, if Bryan goes on a show and like it gets traction, like for whatever reason, I'll watch that. But in general, like,
You haven't seen my stand-up in how long? I mean, years, right? Probably, right?
well, when we performed together
Yeah.
in San Antonio,
Yeah, yeah.
when we both got COVID.
Yeah, but that was the last time.
Since that,
we don't
but you're
watch
special,
each
but
other
not
and stuff,
really. Yeah, but as long as you're all right,
Yeah.
But it's if you go like if you do a show or something, but if it makes traction, like Bryan said this, then I'm like, oh, let me check it out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't watch any of my buddy's stuff. None of it.
Yeah, we're all
None of
like
it.
that.
I mean, I watch your special. I blasted it out.
I'm looking
If
forward
it's a
to watching
special, like, I'm on it. But
Yeah.
but like if you do like. I'll watch your episode with Tim. I love Tim. Tim's one of my favorite.
Yeah, no, I
people on
mean,
earth.
yeah, we had a good, yeah, like there's certain things, of course. Like if I see, I'm more of like, I was actually saying this to, on Rogan. It's like, I'm not going to go and watch an hour of comedy, but if I scroll and I see a clip of a guy I love or something, I'll stop at a clip and be like, oh shit. And then I'll hit that person up and go, dude, I just saw that thing you did. It's really funny, you know?
I'm such a good friend, like yours and Chrissy D's. All when we watch Netflix, like especially in the morning, if my kids, they go to school and I'll leave it on just to make sure it gets in the algorithm. In my head, I'm like, this is helping them.
Oh, that's-
I'm like,
that's-
it'll
that's-
keep replaying. This will help them.
That's
probably
funny.
doesn't do shit, but
No,
in my
but
head, I'm
like,
like, this will
it's
help
great.
them.
No,
Yeah.
but that's,
If
dude,
more comics were a little more supportive, it might be.
I don't understand why they're not.
Be a fun community.
Yeah, Paul doing well doesn't take away from me, right?
no,
Like,
yeah. But you also notice, like, I'm not a big, like, I've always held my circle small. It's just who I am. I'm not a guy, like, I'm a type of guy, like, I meet somebody, and, like, right away when I meet the person, shake their hand and talk, I'm like, I could fuck with that guy.
Yeah,
when
you-
I run
like,
into
you
that
and me
guy.
right away.
Well, yeah, when I
I was
run
like,
into,
that's my guy.
when I run into that guy, dude, that's
Yeah.
my guy. And I like being around that shit. The other, I'm not good with, like, I'm not doing these guys go to, like, a comedy basketball games. Yeah, you're
No, I'm not
fucking mind.
networking.
No, you think I'm gonna go to a comedy poker night?
No,
You're fucking
I'm not
nuts.
going to a comedy fucking kickball. I got
We're all
kids,
meeting
bro.
at the club, and then we're gonna take a shuttle. I don't want to fucking see you when I perform.
Oh, these comics
You-
do
you
a
wanna join it for
weekly
softball?
basketball.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
That's what we do
idea.
weekly
You
basketball.
gotta
I'm
take
like,
a shuttle. What?
Hey, we're all gonna meet at the club, and we're gonna shuttle down to the softball field. Hey, how about you never call me again?
yeah, that's how I know we're not friends. You know I would never do
can't
that.
If you
handle
knew me, you know that I'm sitting on my deck with my children, hanging out in the country. I'm not.
I mean, even if it's a couple, you guys want to drive together? I'll meet you. The thing is, I'm not trying to
Imagine
bail
call-
immediately.
Could you imagine calling your friend? Hey, dude, what number you taking for the softball team? What? You
Bro, you check out the jerseys?
can play the outfield and shit, or
What are you thinking tonight, man? What the fuck are
like,
you
what
talking
am I
about?
thinking?
Yeah.
Dude? I mean, you're doing fucking 1 a.m. spots. You're not even athletic. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even want
Bro,
to be on
you
your
didn't
team.
make the high school go The fuck you call me excited about this
Yeah,
grown adult?
yeah.
I'm trying to get a jogging group together. You want to meet at
You're
6
out of
a.m.?
shape walking side to side on a stage, you fat fuck, telling dick jokes. Think I'm gonna fucking
You're excited
stand
about
next
the
to you in the
softball
infield?
game? Yeah, it is fucking weird, man.
So funny.
Listen, but I also think family guys have a different way of thinking. Me and you, like, we have a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
If you are in a fucking studio or one bedroom, and God bless those people, and
Yeah.
running around doing spots
You
with
got
no
kids,
family,
I get
it.
you're probably psyched on a Sunday to play softball with
fun.
people
I get
instead
it.
of being, but we want to be with our.
There's a guy I
don't hang out
barely
with
know.
anybody.
There's a guy I
I'm
barely
a
know
kid.
call me all the time. He's like, "You want to get coffee? How about drinks now? You're hard to get home." I got kids, motherfucker. I'm not hanging with you.
Brian,
Dude, I almost fucked up.
You'll love this. Brian, this is years ago.
almost-
We're at the comedy store. This guy comes up. I'm talking with Brian and Theo and Chris, my boys. And we haven't seen each other. We're talking. This guy goes, "Hey, Schaub," he's a promoter. And he, we know him, whatever. I don't know him that well. And he comes up and interrupts.
great
Great,
sweetheart,
yeah.
great
I won't say
guy,
who it is.
sweetheart.
Interrupts our
Such a-
entire
I love him.
conversation.
I
I'm
love him.
seeing my friend. I'm like, "What's up?" And and I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And I'm telling him, he goes, "Bro, let's go play catch." So what'd you say? He goes, "When's the last time you just played catch, man? Like with football? You want to go to the park tomorrow?" I went, "Bro, are you out of your fucking catch?
He's such a sweet man.
play fucking
I love
cat-
him. He's such a good guy.
What the fuck?"
Yeah, yeah.
Such a good
Catch was,
person.
I went with a football. He goes, "Yeah." He was thinking about it. When's the last time you just fucking threw the pigskin?
And Brandon
I go,
comes up to me and goes, he asked me to play catch. I go, he's a beautiful person. That's it. There's nothing left. He is just.
Yeah, he's such a
beautiful.
nice guy.
I fucking
Catch
love
it.
him.
That's
It's naive because he doesn't have kids, and also.
He was like, you got 2 fucking little boys. I'm like,
yeah.
we're grown men, bro.
He figured you're an athlete. You'd want to
What the
kind of connect.
fuck? Go deep. It's like at
go to-
38 years old. Go deep. Like,
Go to the park. Oh, dude. Yeah.
what am I gonna meet you at the park? What
Yeah.
are
That's.
we gonna play with an NFL ball? What are we talking about here? We got a Nerf ball?
Want to go for a bike ride? You want to? Paul, you want a bike ride? Get
Bro, when's the last time you got the skateboard out? Excuse me? You want a rollerblade?
Dude, oh, yeah, my God.
Rollerblade?
Yeah, I don't really, and it's not. And people would listen to this going, "Oh, that's anti-comedy community." No, it's pro family, dude.
100%. No.
It's pro family.
Yeah,
Even if I wasn't a
I love
comic,
hanging.
I'm
I
like,
miss.
what?
I miss the hang though. I miss hanging out at clubs and being fucking idiots.
That's the most sad thing I think with
my
LA.
favorite
Yeah,
thing.
there's
you know
no-
what's cool is like the stand will be like they'll do something where they'll book like the same
All the
nights of the
boys?
friend. Yeah, so like me and Giannis will pretty much be on the same thing, and
Love
then
Giannis.
somebody else. So then we'll all sit down at and like you're with your boys. So then all of a sudden these sports arguments happen, and it's good.
I like,
With your
I like
boys,
the
you go,
seller for that
nothing
because
bad.
you sit down. I'll
Yeah.
sit with Dove and those guys, and it'll be Shane Gillis and people like that, and everybody's there. That's a good hang.
Yeah, it's fun.
you
with
do the Cellar?
when you're with your friends? Yeah, I do the Cellar. I do the Stand. I do New York Comedy Club, and
Where is the stand? That's new, right?
so this is the second location. It's bigger. It used to be where Brothers Jimmy's Barbecue is. It's on 16th. It's just huge.
This is
It's
when I
beautiful.
realized how long I've been in LA.
Hey, I heard Gotham isn't doing headliner weekends anymore. They're doing spots now.
Is that right?
Yeah, since
weird.
pandemic, they just do spots now. And they're like, we're making more money just booking.
So they don't- that's what I was wondering about that.
They're not doing.
They're not doing
headliners.
weekends anymore. Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Glad you told me. I
I'm
was
in
gonna
New
ask-
York in a hot second, and I
did Gotham. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, and I
I
was like,
didn't know
"What's
that.
up with Gotham?" And he's like, "Bro, they're doing
Christmas
spots." Yeah, they're like,
Remember wanting to go to the Christmas parties because that's when you were coming up. So like you're coming up and you're like, oh, Caroline's having a Christmas party. Everyone's gonna be there, and you think it would like do something to be seen. now, dude, when someone's like, Paul Virzi, you going to the Yeah, on Christmas. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm not-
That's like festivals too. Like festivals are going to change your life. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's funny?
It's
You
not
said that
the
because I said that
90s anymore.
festivals, dude. Here's the thing, and a festival that wants you to stay for weeks or two. It's like, listen, Montreal's great, going for a day or two. You have a nice show, great. You go. It's like, hey, I'm doing this, and you notice how they're booking the same people, a lot of the same people, and it's like you got to learn to just be like, hey, man, like I'll come in, like I love Montreal's a great. There's a few, dude. Skankfest is incredible. When you do Skankfest, it's the only festival everybody knows you. You go there and you're walking. Me and Brett Ernst are walking down the street. It's the only fest, and I've been to Montreal. A lot of times when you're in Montreal, people know you too. They do the homework because it's such a big one.
JFL is good, yeah.
JFL is like
Vancouver.
that. I think JFL's like
Moon
that,
Tower now.
and Skankfest, but it's like, oh my god, dude, like they know you.
And where's that at? Do they do the same location?
So no, I think they're doing Vegas. The one I did was last November in Houston. But like the fans, it's just different, you know. But yeah, the whole like you have this thing in your mind where I'm going to be seen at a holiday party and I might get, and it's like no, they want you there to fill the fucking to be there.
Want people,
Yeah.
They invited you. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, Jim, what do you got, buddy?
All right, real quick though. So Tyson got back to me.
And it's the manager of Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin's dude. So he's like,
all-
first of all, what?
He's all Calvin's dad is Jeff.
No. So
Bezos.
Calvin his family comes from money, but Calvin has no access to the money.
I'm sure. I don't know.
We just want to like make sure that everyone knows.
So Brian was technically right.
Brian's right.
Yeah.
And Calvin does own a promotion. By the way, he fought at the same promotion, and he fought it in the promotion before, and he fought 3 times just to buy it. Right. So he actually bought it for fighting 3 times for free.
Yeah. So
Essentially,
he does
to buy
have
the
access to
promotion.
his family's
It's called Combat Zone MMA. They're gonna do something this Friday, so that's cool.
There you go. Boston, yeah, and it's a Boston.
I think it has to be in their
locally.
area.
Yeah.
New England cartel.
It's
So
Friday. Go get it.
And he goes, also, this is for you, Brian. It's a misconception that he's rich and came up from money. He grew up with a single mom and they worked super hard to get what they have. And then he says, you can say that LOL.
He said,
Brian.
No,
Fuck
I'm not taking anything away from
No,
Calvin
dude.
Kidder. He's
No,
a
but to Brian's
complete
point,
Brian, you're right.
badass.
You're right
right.
about all. It was just like little
He's a
details.
bad motherfucker, and that's
He's a-
what I found
such
so
a
interesting
bad-
about
I've
him.
had
is
my
that-
food truck twice. And
Yeah,
we've never
awesome.
talked-
But that is rare.
That's what I find so amazing about him is that he didn't come from this crazy difficult, and he's a fucking.
tough as nails.
Exactly,
You see,
yeah.
He
to-
fights like he's
oh
broke.
my god,
He fights like he's broke.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
he's
there's
amazing.
not a softness there of having access to that when like you still want to fuck somebody up and you're a bad dude like that. That's another.
Calvin's been through some fucking
Yeah,
wars.
that dude's a bad motherfucker.
But that could also be a dude that was bullied.
yeah,
You know, and he's just like,
there's a
okay, and
reason why
then
he's
he
fighting.
learns how to fight. Yeah.
he is a great fighter, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
Bro, to stand in the when I watch UFC, I'm not joking around. It's like people. We've talked about this before. Like
You text me before.
dude, I was like,
who you got?
Dude, yeah, no, but when going into an octagon in front of the world and on pay-per-view against another man that also wants to fuck you up, that's like, dude, no set you ever do stand-up wise will ever be that where a dude's looking at you. Did you see what's his name looking at? That's when I knew he was going to lose. The kid, the co-main event, the kid,
Brandon Moreno, Kaiko France, this last one?
Yeah. And the way he was looking at him and stuff. And I thought it was like almost too much how the hate that the other guy had. But just guys going like this before they say, "Are you ready?" And it's like, that's fucking nuts.
It's insane.
They locked the cage.
It's a tough gig.
Yeah, and you're such a fucking lunatic that you went from that to this, which is...
Well, that's why he wasn't afraid. Like, that's why he would get in there in his underwear. There's a big difference between, all due respect, to a 145-pound guy, and then you're fighting a 260-pound guy. Let me tell you why. When his head's the same size as most guys. Like, it's not that it's that big, right?
I was the head of a lightweight.
But I'm
Like,
saying,
I don't have a big
but I'm
dome.
saying all human.
I'm not like Mark Hunt.
But I'm saying,
you feel me?
you get into those rings with those guys who are 260 pounds, they can knock you out with a fucking jab. And if they hit you the right way, you can die or you can get really fucked up. So the point is that you as a heavyweight, you're getting shut off more than likely if you make a mistake.
Yeah, if you're a lightweight, you can make a few mistakes. I'm like, I should have zigged when I.
Dude, you should have seen the guys that they would
Heavyweight,
pay.
there's no ziggers
They would
there.
pay. They would pay these guys to come in to fight him. This is when I didn't, we were just starting.
They're talking about training camp.
Dude, in his training camp, I'm not fucking.
I brought Bryan with me.
He would
to this
show up.
gym called Black House, which is like me, Leo Machida, Anderson Silva, like monsters.
Dude, these
monsters.
pro kickboxers that were 6'9", and his coach would say to the pro kickboxer, "I'm going to give you $1,000 if you knock him out. Okay, you'll get $1,000." These guys
boys
were
are
making money.
starving.
Now
That's
watch.
like all of them.
Now, I'm talking about 6'9", and I'm talking about 250
and
pounds.
guys that have nothing.
But they also are.
needs
But
them.
they also can kick and punch professionally. So I thought that Brendan was gonna. I look at him. He came in, and I went like this. I look at Brendan, and Brendan goes, "You want to be a fighter, huh?" And he's getting his hands wrapped, and I go, "He didn't even warm up, really. You didn't even warm up. You just get."
Neither
in
of
the
us
ring.
warmed up.
They just get in the ring, and I go, "They're gonna move around. You're gonna move around." No, they're not.
What?
He was trying to knock his fucking head off. When I say full speed fight, like a full speed fight, it was that. And I was just like, this is your life. This is what you have to do. You could get so fucked up. You could get so fucked up doing the wrong
And
thing.
what happened to that guy, Brian?
You
quit.
gave him, you made him quit. You broke him.
Submit?
You broke him.
Oh yeah.
He just broke him. He goes, that's when I knew
By
Brendan was like,
exhaustion.
Brendan goes, "Let's do another round." And the guy goes, "No." And that was it. You just couldn't do it anymore.
Fuck, dude.
But I that's kind of what it takes. So then I would put him up on stage and I go, "I'm going to pretend to be late. You get up on stage and tell a story. Just tell a story." So he was
Is
doing,
that right?
Yeah. So he was
That's
doing
fucking
stand-up for
dope.
1,200 people. Because we had Seattle, it was 1,200 people in a theater.
Chicago,
Think
big
about you've
theater.
never done any stand-up. You've never done it, and I make you get up. But he would just do these weird breathing exercises and he would just go.
I
And
still
he was
do
just
those.
fearless. He was just fearless. But we were doing a stunt. This is the one where I knew that he was different. We were doing a stunt. And we weren't doing a stunt. We were on a horse. And we had to be
for
we had
Fan
to
Kid
be
3D?
both be on a horse. Now, a big horse. Now, a horse, sir, is here. A horse.
Yeah.
And we're in the desert. So there's rocks and cactus and
We're in the
shrubbery
country.
and
We're,
shit like
we're
that.
in the same area where they shot the Reverend.
It's a desert.
Legit same
Wow.
area.
It's a desert.
All right,
Sharp
yeah.
rocks. You know the rocks like this?
Yeah.
So they would have been funny if we could fall off the horse, but we need stuntmen. So I go, but we need stuntmen, we need horse guys, and it's very difficult. So I was trying to figure out, and Brennan goes, "Well, let's just do it." I go, "What?" And he goes, we'll just fall off the horse together. And I go,
What?
"No, but you can't fall off the horse because you'd fall off, and then you have to be a stuntman because you're gonna go from the horse onto the ground, which is 6-7 feet."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, I know. We'll ride, we'll like rock gallop, and then we'll fall off the horse." And I go, "And land on what?" He goes, "Our backs." I don't know. And I go, "That's too dangerous because you can't do that unless you're trained and you have padding." And you know what he did? I swear to God, dead serious. He goes, "You're such a pussy, man." And I went, "I'm not
A lot was
pussy.
riding on the shot.
I'm not a pussy. I'm
and
just
also
a-"
have CT. So
But I
let's,
couldn't believe
don't
you
give
were
me too
willing.
many
He was willing to
compliments.
do
but
that.
you're a wild
I don't know the
fucking kid, man.
repercussions.
He is. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
people talk, you want to talk, like, you can say you're tough and stuff, but I've seen him do these where he's willing to do the craziest shit, and you're like, "Oh, You played football for that long and you fought in a cage. Everything else is easy.
Yeah.
Everything else is easy. His main sparring partner was a guy named Shane Carwin, who was 285 pounds, 6'3", and hit harder than anybody in the history of the UFC and had the biggest hands in the UFC. You ever seen what Shane Carwin looks like?
Well, no.
Bring him
5
up
days
for a
a week.
sec. Bring him up for a sec.
5 days.
So
a
that
week.
guy was 285 pounds.
So I
There's
can
no
afford
fat on
training,
him.
so he would pay for my training.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar until he gassed out.
Fuck,
That was
dude. Yeah, dude. Fuck that.
That's what he had to fight every day.
Fuck that. Dude.
Correct.
He had to wake up and fight that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what he had to fight.
That's him.
That was him.
It was a nightmare.
But dude, he's 263 and 285 pounds. And I don't see any fat on him. Look at Brendan next to him. Look at Brendan next to him.
That's when he won the Ring of Fire
look,
belt.
look right there.
I cornered him.
Holy.
Look at a young Brendan Schaub with his fucking sparring
The
partner.
head size difference is crazy too.
That was when Nate Marquardt
He
was
had
the
a
fattest.
real head.
Yeah.
That was.
What
look at-
I said this before though about Brandon. What I really respect is that to go from that and have fans and have people know you, and then go into stand up, which is hard and got to get good at it. They're watching you develop from somebody that doesn't know how to do the art with experience because you're just getting into it, to then open micer, to then getting up there, to then middle, to then headline. You had an audience for that, and that's what because we don't have audiences for that.
No.
We have the hard nights and we do that, but we go home and we kind of with ourselves. You were doing that in public, and that's why I think it's
of
so dope, and I
criticism,
think that's why.
people like to hate and stuff. It's like
You know how hard this fucking.
He's always trying. He's always doing
Yeah.
the best he can. It's fucking really hard. Stand up is fucking really hard. He went from football to fighting to stand up, and yet it's all really
What are
fucking
you gonna
hard.
fucking wrangle fucking alligators next? What the fuck?
Yeah. No, he just
I don't
loves
need more
comedy. He's
jobs.
always just wanted to be a comic.
Yeah, I love stand up.
His
Yeah.
his heroes were Jim Carrey and
Yeah.
Adam
Favorite.
Sandler.
All right, enough about me. What do you got, Mark?
Actually, Paul, you good with time? Because it's 2:04 right now.
Yeah. Well, how much longer? Like what? Like 10
If
more
we do
minutes?
current events, it's probably like another 15, 20. So
Maybe.
you can bounce down if
Where
you
do you
want.
got to go?
I
No,
can't
just
do.
stick around.
I could do like 10 more.
Yeah, let's
Where
do
do you
10
gotta
more.
go?
If I could do, I gotta go to Beverly Hills. I got another one with this girl Justine Marino or something.
Well, yeah,
And
whatever
they
you
got me.
bro.
They got. Yeah. I mean, I could. Yeah. I could-
Did
Or does it
somebody-
make sense- or does it make
did
sense
somebody
for-
order your car?
Does it make? No, I drove.
Oh, word.
I have a rental, but does it make sense for me to leave now so you guys could take
No,
the
no, it's
time?
all about, it's all about
No,
your
10 more
time. So
minutes.
if you're good,
You
let's
okay,
stay.
okay,
yeah, yeah,
Bounce
that's
one
good.
to 10?
Yeah,
That's
10's
not
good.
bad.
Yeah, we'll do 10.
All right, so the first one is Conor McGregor. You guys talking about fighters. So
Wow.
Conor McGregor is going to be in a movie
That's cool.
on Amazon Prime.
Rhonda was supposed to be in this, though. She was
Oh,
supposed to
really?
be the lead, yeah.
You know I was supposed to be in it.
Back in the day. You were supposed to be in it too, Mark?
You.
Oh, I did get the script. They did
What?
send me the script for this,
Yep.
yes.
No
Yep.
way.
We were
Are you
gonna
guys
do this
getting the
audition.
idea though that acting, like all this shit starting to make me think acting's not that hard? Like no, I'm not saying. Listen, I know that it's just, but like everyone's in fucking shit now. Like everybody's doing shit now. You know,
It's
like,
hard.
It's hard to get to like the. I think it's hard to get to an acting level where you're really like.
Now, hold on, because now is Connor going to be able to pull off what Jake Gyllenhaal and like carry the movie? No. But is Connor going to sell tickets to the theater? Yes.
And listen,
and that's why he's.
And I'm not saying Conor.
He
McGregor,
might be the one guy who can pull it off.
But here's the thing: Conor McGregor might end up being a great actor.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but like LeBron James is in like Space Jam and shit. It's kind of
he was
like
awful in that.
But I
his
think
acting was so bad.
Was it?
was-
Oh my god, dude! There's the argument that Jordan's better. You seen Jordan in Space Jam? LeBron, it's like, do you have to read off a cue card? Could you not remember the line?
Really?
He's like, oh my god, we have to beat these monsters.
Connor might surprise you. He might be. He might.
Imagine he wins an Oscar. How great would that speech be?
That'd be phenomenal.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your mouth.
So check out the.
Mouth. Shut your mouth.
So it's about Jake Gyllenhaal. He's the lead. He's going to be playing a former
It's the
UFC
Patrick
fighter.
Swayze remake. It's
Yeah, it's a remake of Roadhouse.
From the yeah.
But that was funny, like a UFC fighter.
Brendan got an audition. And I took my ring light with me on the road to do this. Then we look at it. It's like 8 pages with all these act outs, and you're getting like eaten by a crowd. It was like, who's gonna do this for this? Like, the role was substantial, but it's like
Yeah.
it was the longest audition, like for the act outs and stuff. So Brendan's
I
like,
had to pretend
like,
I
I don't want it
eaten by
that
an
bad.
alligator. Yeah, I look at that and then I was just like, all right, they're shooting in, where's that, Dominican Republic? How long, if it'd be a long shot for me to get the role, and then if I do get it, how long am I gone from I would just launched a network, so it's like, pros, cons.
We would have spent the
Yeah.
day shooting the audition.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to give this guy props, this pizza delivery guy. Did you guys hear about this or no? He saved 5 children from a burning house.
Oh, fuck
Wow.
that.
He just got there at the right time.
Whoa.
And you can see him, he even like passes out
From all the smoke?
Yeah, from all smoke.
Badass.
That car right there, somebody pulled in to let them know their house is on fire. I saw
So you'll see him here.
Guys, come here.
There's one more kid. He took all 4 kids out, and there's one more kid, so he grabbed the other
Oh
kid.
my fucking
Whoa.
And you'll see him come. Look at how crazy this fire is.
What pizza
Holy
company is he with?
shit.
That's a good question.
It makes me want to order their pizza.
See, that's
Holy
him.
shit.
Oh my
That's the last
God.
kid. He got all of them out.
Did he save their parents?
And then
though?
look at him. He's passed out. He can't even breathe.
Come with me. We gotta get away from the house.
And look what he says.
I need oxygen.
Listen here.
The baby okay? Please tell me that baby's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, she's okay. 100%?
Oh my God.
Oh, what badass, right?
What if the
fuck, I love
what,
that
what
guy.
about the person
Yeah.
who ordered the pizza? Like, hey, I hate to be a dick, man. Did you get that pepperoni still? Yeah.
It came after 30 minutes, so
Did the parents get
You're
killed? or-
$2 short.
I don't know the details of all if the parents are even there. But I doubt, if the parents are killed, they would say it in the article. But the fact
Yeah,
that he
I'm
saved
so
these
glad
5
that guy's
kids.
a-
These
I
kids
love
probably
that.
sleeping, right?
I
Late
love
at
that
night.
motherfucker.
So
They're in
he was
their
invited.
jammies. What
What's
a
that?
beast. The
That
kids
guy
probably in their
deserves
jammies.
that guy deserves $1 million and like a
So much, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Can we like start a GoFund from that? Fucking
Yeah.
No, he does, and it's probably killing it right now. But so
yeah.
he was invited to the NASCAR Brickyard 200 or something like
Is
that.
he in the
last
NASCAR
weekend.
though? He's like, I
yeah.
can't.
so he's already got
course,
plenty of reward for what he did.
But yeah, he did a go.
NASCAR.
He had to GoFundMe. I'm sure he's killing on GoFundMe.
They acted quickly, rushed into the home, leading 4 children's safety. There was a 6-year-old girl trapped still inside. He found her and jumped from a second-story
Yeah, dude.
window in his arms, using his body to cushion the fall.
love that
Dude, that
saving
wasn't
her
just a
life.
fire.
What
That
a
was a
badass.
fucking.
That was
dude, that
blazing.
didn't look
Inferno.
like. That was
Call it an inferno,
That was.
Bubba.
It did. You couldn't.
Call
Even,
that-
that was not. That was a
can't get-
fireball. That was
can't
literally
get
the whole
close
house
to
was a
That's backdraft
fireball,
vibes.
dude.
Yeah, that's nuts. But he's into NASCAR because his goal is to become a NASCAR driver.
Oh.
So his best backstory in history if he becomes a NASCAR driver.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh my God!
He's
What's
just
the
a
greatest
badass.
movie ever? How great would that guy's story be?
Beat Rudy.
okay. I thought we might,
about
but
that
we'll
dumb
pass
fucking
that.
story.
We'll pass this too. Let's go to Mark's stuff. Actually, no. Yeah, let's go to Mark's stuff. Give me 1 sec.
Bradley Cooper hosts 46th birthday. How dare you, Jay?
Okay, no. So, hold on.
What are we gonna do
So
about
Bradley Cooper is now rumored to be dating Huma, who was
Who's married to Anthony Weiner?
yeah. That's why I thought it was interesting. Like that's
Oh,
kind
Anthony
of
Weiner?
crazy.
His,
Remember the guy
his
kept doing
ex-wife
dick
Yeah,
pics?
is-
Anthony Weiner's hilarious.
Yeah, where is that? Is he like in
He's doing
jail?
stand up now.
Dude,
yeah.
he's doing
No,
he's
he's
doing
not.
he's
He
doing
sold
a
more
radio
tickets
show
than
with
me in
Curtis
Baltimore.
Silva. He's doing a radio show with the Guardian Angels, Curtis Silva.
No, what?
He's
what
doing
you-
a
what-
radio show with him.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
That guy's interesting too.
Yeah, you got to open
Dude,
up.
nothing
Curtis
is
Silva.
serious. Nothing is real anymore.
I know.
Videos I sent, you can play
You
that.
fucking you're sending a 15-year-old pictures of your dick, and
Where's
I
it?
guess you
Was
go to
she
jail.
15?
Uh-huh.
Go to your
The
inbox.
babysitter. So he's got it together there.
But then he got caught again sending the dick
Correct.
pics. But now just to a normal lady.
He's a
like his
mess.
wife took him back, and then he got busted again. She's like, all right, dude.
That
I'm
guy's
out.
a fucking mess.
You hear about Anderson Cooper and what's his name, Tucker Carlson doing a show together?
No.
No,
Oh, I was like, holy, dude.
dude, your neck almost broke. He just goes.
Dude, hey, I'm so in. And they just bicker
Dude, how
back and-
nuts would
Oh,
that
my
be,
God.
dude? That would be
a podcast.
That might be
great.
must-watch TV, though.
fuck yeah.
That's
Because
why I was like,
that
I
would
need
be-
something to
fuck
watch.
yeah.
that would be
great.
fucking great. They should do shit like that.
That's hilarious.
Tucker Carlson to me is so like the way he laughs at things. I'm like, bro,
That's
it's just
fucking
insane,
funny, man. That's
Tucker
funny.
Carlson just all.
You go, no. I
No,
tried.
thought it
I
was
tried
real
to go
too.
longer than
I thought it was real too, dude. Tucker Carlson, literally his entire show, which he gets views, he's just roasting Biden for an hour straight.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
He literally has writers.
He's good.
who
He's
just-
got great writers, man. Because
a lot to work on because there was a lot of stuff I didn't like about myself, and then when I had a kid, I was like,
you
oh my
see it
god,
in your kid.
I feel like I'm contagious.
And you think, no,
It's like I don't want to. I don't want to
contagious.
pass this shit.
You don't
on
think
to
you
them.
could take, you just thought you could hide something. You know?
No,
You like, no, that's secret.
I have a temper, man. You can't hide that. Like if I was,
Oh, no, we're not hiding your temper.
Turn
We're
it up.
hiding the cause of the temper.
well, if I could,
The
I'm trying to
underlying
figure out
temper.
what is the cause of it.
Oh,
I'm trying-
you know the cause of it, brother. Oh, don't start that. Why am I mad? Why? I know you know why you mad. Why are you mad? Who hurt you?
Oh fuck.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I just figured out. But for years, when I would yell at my phone, I thought I hated technology.
Bill made a joke out of it.
to do with your phone.
No, I'm serious. I'm being totally honest. That's
No, you're not. You silly dude.
no, you know what it is.
Holy shit, yeah, he's not having it.
You know
yeah.
what's crazy is like Tyson. Tyson is at. he's so much smarter than you think. Like,
Oh, yeah.
dude, like
Big
think
time.
about that. Like he basically was like, he knew, like, you know, he was just like, he got right to the meat and potatoes of it,
Caused
man.
the anger? Where'd the anger
And
start?
Bill tried to get out. He's like, I thought it was weird when I was young.
I get
That
mad
was
at my
like,
phone.
dude, that was like some therapist shit, like that professional
Bro,
doctor shit.
That guy
I'd
is
hire him
probably the
as a
greatest.
therapist.
Yeah,
He's
me
been
too.
through some
Tyson,
shit. Yeah.
Dr. Tyson, an hour a week with him.
He said that fucking mushrooms changed everything for him. That like literally changed his brain.
Psilocybin too, yeah.
Because he's like, when people say nice things, I love this guy.
Do you know this guy?
My son watches it all the time.
And his friend,
Wait, Tate or something?
ran over and
Andrew
started
Tate.
asking the guy who got punched. They were asking him, "Why did he hit you? Why did he hit you?" And I thought, they're not warriors, because if someone punches my friend, I'm just gonna go over to whatever the situation is and start smacking everybody, and we'll find out why later. And
Fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
So when you're a world champion kickboxer, you know.
No, but you don't have to be a world champion
100%.
kickboxer. This is fucking fair
100%.
point. Ask questions
That'd
later,
be my
dude.
school of thought. Yep.
That's fucking great.
If somebody that fucking punches my friend, you know.
Worst thing ever said to Amber Turd.
No, you didn't tell me this story. Tell.
So when we were like 20,
It's
in a
Broder
club,
Jen- or-
Brody
yeah,
and I
Brody
go
Jenner.
up, and Brody's gonna hit on Amber, and she just moved out here from Texas, and we're quizzing her. You know, he's trying to, date her, or, go on a date,
Okay.
or whatever, however Brody would like it
So,
worded.
and this is like 10 years ago or more?
Oh no, this is
15
we're
years
20,
ago.
Like we're
Okay.
She just moved to LA.
All right.
maybe
And is she like
19.
famous working?
No.
Okay. Just a
she
hot
just
girl.
moved here from Texas.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm not going on a date with you. This is verbatim little misquote. And he's like, huh? And she's like, I'm already dating a famous director. I'm going to be a movie star. I wouldn't dare go on a date. And Brody's response was, because she had this big mole on her arm that looked very cancerous. He's like, what you should do, I'll never forget the rest of my life, is get to a doctor and get that mole removed. That looks cancerous.
He's all very cool.
He's like, he was concerned.
I wasn't going to ask you out. I'm concerned with your cancerous mole.
She shut him down. Yeah, no doubt. So that's
Did
not
that
happening.
change shades in the last?
Yeah.
That has changed. I've been watching you for a long time.
Actually, during this talk, I think it went dark.
God damn.
And then one
I
little
hate
more.
kicking a dead horse when it's on the ground, but, she kind of
And this
brought it
guy
up.
puts up his hand who hasn't contributed anything all night. He says, listen.
He's got killed.
He says, no, this is a tough one.
Hasn't contributed
I've
at all.
been running this business out of my dorm, and I'm about to graduate. I'm making about $5 million in free cash flow. And I said, I don't hear a problem. He said, that's not the problem. My fiance came to me today and said that she's going to leave me. And I said, why? Because I'm not spending any time with her family. I don't have any time on weekends. I can't go out to the soccer games with her nephews and stuff. And I just can't because I'm so busy. And I got to keep my business going. I got to graduate my degree. What do I do?
Break up
Which
with her.
one is easier to replace? The girlfriend or the business? I mean, you got to ask that question.
Wow.
It's facts, though, especially in college.
Well, especially if it's not a marriage and it's like dating thing. Like that's the difference. It's not like your wife is
first of
going.
all,
You're not around your kids.
Your actions speak louder than your words. You know what's more important. You are sorry, but the fact is you're having more fun building your business.
He doesn't love that girlfriend. Yeah, like
I mean, he might, but also he's in college, so he's like, man, and maybe he's not a very attractive dude. So he's like, I want to do things, but the business ties up all my time.
It's just not worth it. Sometimes you're ashamed. Actually, sometimes you're appalled at where your real priorities are. That can happen. Sometimes you can be like, there are people. I'm sorry. There are people you're supposed to love. That they could die, or you could never see them again. Not die, but that you could never see them again.
You're okay with
You'd be just fine. You know what I'm saying? You and I have talked about this before. It's like you got your friends, and then it's some of the things. What you'd rather be doing versus what you're supposed to be rather doing is sometimes can be a big fucking secret. It can be very awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather be doing, I'd rather be working on this.
Yeah.
I'd rather be writing and not be with you.
Is that it, fellas?
That's it.
dude, thanks for having me, man.
You're the best.
Paul Virzi.
Dude, it's
Crushing it.
fun, so fun. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if anybody's in, I'm leaving tomorrow, but if anybody's in California tomorrow, I'm doing the new California Comedy Club. The same people that own New York Comedy Club on 24th Street. They made a replica club that's like an 80-seater in the Silver Lake area. I'm going to be running a long set there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
That's amazing, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Silver Lake's not far from it.
Yeah. I'm going to be, I'll be at Soul Joe's on the 17th of September. Guys, I'm going to London, dude, for the first time ever. I'm going to go see the Giants play the Packers on the 9th in London, but I'm going to be performing at Soho 21 or 21 Soho in London. You could check that out. I got a one-nighter, Washington, D.C. Those are going to sell out. I'm only doing one show, Washington, D.C. Improv, the 19th of October, and the 20th, I'll be at the Philadelphia Punchline, and a bunch of new dates are coming that you can get on paulvirzi.com, and check out Nocturnal Admissions, man. It's streaming on Netflix right now. It's doing fantastic. I'm very grateful.
And you got a great podcast.
And I do two podcasts. One, The Virzi Effect, where I have guests here and there, sometimes by myself, and I co-host one with Bill Burr called Anything Better. So check all that stuff out. I appreciate you.
Keep crushing, brother. We love you, man. You're one of the best.
pal.
Thanks,
we
guys.
love you, man. Baltimore this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm in Baltimore. I know it's the summer, but get your ass out there. And then one night, one show only, August 26th in Chicago, downtown Chicago, Den Theater. That's one show only. Appleton, Wisconsin, September 8th through the 10th. Then Ontario Improv, Ontario, California, September 15th through the 17th. And then I'm back in Boston, baby. Laugh Boston is September 29th through October 1st. Get your tickets at thickboy.com or fatkz.com. B, you got a little bit of a break.
I got a break, but actually just in August 18th, I'll be in Salt Lake City for one night. I'm doing Wise Guys. August 18th, tickets just went on sale. Wise Guys, one night. That's a Thursday. Then I go to Bora Bora. No, I'll be back from that. I go to fucking my friend's wedding. Nashville, Tennessee, Zanies, August 26th, 27th. San Jose, California Improv, September 15th, 17th. Spokane, Washington, September 22, 23, 24. Get your tickets. See you in a bit.
That's it, kids. Baltimore. See you this week. Paul, love you, brother. Keep crushing it. We're out.
Have fun.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you guys so much for having me, man.
Anytime.